10 years ago, from this particular day when it was released in 1988, he changed the face of Halloween, and now he's back. And can you believe it's been 35 years since this came out? Well, despite the failure of the third film, which was to be the start of an anthology series, well, they decided to bring Michael Myers back. So here's a re-review of Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, which is celebrating its 35th anniversary this year. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Noel, better known to as the Big D, and this time around, I bring to you a review of the 1988 slasher flick Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers, released by Galaxy International in the US and by 20th Century Fox internationally. Directed by Dwight H. Lill, written by Alan B. McElroy, starring Donald Pleasance, Ellie, Cornell, and Danielle Harris in her film debut. Well, awakening from a 10-year coma, Michael Myers returns home again to Haddonfield to try and kill his 7-year-old niece Jamie Lloyd, with Dr. Loomis pursuing him once again. As its title suggests, the film attempted to bring Michael Myers after his absence from the previous film. Initially, John Carpenter and co-producer Deborah Hill intended to create an anthology series with only the first two films being connected. Well, Halloween 4 was originally intended to be a ghost story, but after the poor reception of the previous film, the idea was abandoned. The film was released on this day, October 21st, 1988. Henceforth, today is the film's 35th anniversary. Despite being distant and what have you, it did alright against its budget and what have you, and has become a cult classic. It also begins the Thorn trilogy arc, which would be continued in the next two films. Now, if you would like to see my re-reviews of the other films, you can click on that card. It'll take you to the new Halloween playlist, which have redos of where I've re-reviewed the first three, as well as Rob Zombie's Halloween and Halloween H2O. On October 30th, 1988, Michael Myers, who has been comatose for 10 years since the explosion at Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, is transferred to Smith's Grove Sanitarium by ambulance from his current residence in the Ridgemont Federal Sanitarium. Upon hearing that he has a niece, Michael awakens and kills the ambulance personnel, causing the vehicle to crash into a river. Michael escapes and makes his way to Haddonfield. Michael's former psychiatrist, Samuel Loomis, learns of Michael's escape and gives chase. He follows Michael to a gas station in Erie, where Michael has killed a mechanic for his clothes, along with a female clerk. Michael escapes in a tow truck and tries to run over Loomis with the tow truck. Loomis jumps out of the way in the nick of time, but drives into the gas pumps, causing them to explode, destroying Loomis's car, given by Ridgemont, and disabling all the phone lines. Loomis catches a ride to Haddonfield to continue pursuing Michael. Meanwhile, Jamie Lloyd, Laurie Strode's daughter and Michael's niece, is living in Haddonfield with her foster family, Richard and Darlene Carruthers, and their teenage daughter Rachel. Jamie has nightmares about Michael. Though she knows of her uncle, she does not realize he is the figure in said nightmares. On Halloween night, Richard and Darlene go to a party and leave Rachel to babysit, forcing her to cancel a date with her boyfriend Brady. After school, Rachel takes Jamie to buy ice cream in a Halloween costume. Michael arrives in Haddonfield and steals a mask from the same store that Jamie and Rachel are visiting. He almost attacks the former, but flees when she screams. That night, as Rachel takes Jamie trick-or-treating, Michael breaks into the house and finds photos of Laurie in Jamie's bedroom. Loomis arrives in Haddonfield and warns the new sheriff, Ben Meeker, that Michael has returned. Michael heads to the power station and kills a worker by throwing him into a transformer, shocking him to death, plunging the entire town into total darkness. Michael then attacks the police station, killing every officer inside. A lynch mob is formed by the townspeople to kill Michael. Rachel discovers Brady cheating on her with Sheriff Meeker's daughter Kelly and loses track of Jamie. After being chased by Michael, Rachel finds Jamie. Sheriff Meeker and Loomis arrive and take the girls to the sheriff's house, where Brady is with Kelly along with a deputy. They barricade the house and Loomis departs to look for Michael. Brady tries to talk to Rachel, but she refuses to speak with him. Michael sneaks into the house and kills the deputy and Kelly. Rachel and Jamie flee to the attic while Brady stays to fend off Michael and is killed when Michael snaps his neck. The girls climb through a window onto the roof, and Jamie is lowered down safely, but Michael attacks Rachel and knocks her off the roof, rendering her unconscious. Now for the final act in the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below, fast forward to the time below. As I'm counting down, if you've seen the movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. Pursued by Michael, Jamie runs down the street and finds Loomis. They seek shelter in the school, but Michael finds them and chucks Loomis through a glass door, seriously injuring him, then chases Jamie through the building. Jamie trips and falls down a flight of stairs. Rachel reappears and subdues Michael with a fire extinguisher, and he escapes. The lynch mob arrives, and 4 of the men agree to drive the girls to the next town. Along the way, they meet up with the state police en route to Haddonfield. Michael, who hid underneath the truck, climbs aboard and kills the foreman. Rachel takes the wheel, throws Michael off the truck, and then rams into him, casting him into a ditch near an abandoned mine. Sheriff Meeker, Loomis, the remaining lynch mob, and the state police arrive. Jamie approaches Michael and touches his hand, and he rises. Meeker, the state police, and the lynch mob shoot Michael until he falls down into the mine. Loomis and Meeker take Jamie and Rachel back home. As Darlene goes upstairs to run a bath for Jamie, she is suddenly attacked. When Loomis investigates, he finds an emotionless Jamie holding a pair of blade scissors and wearing a clown costume and mask at the top of the stairs, reminiscent of Michael when he killed his own sister. Loomis screams, "No!" repeatedly and attempts to shoot Jamie, but Meeker stops him. Loomis sinks to the floor and begins sobbing as Rachel, Richard, and Meeker stare in horror, realizing that the evil inside of Michael has now influenced Jamie. As we continue to hear Loomis screaming and what have you. Oh boy. End of story. So what did I think of Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers? Well, at first I wasn't big on it, but after giving it another chance, I'm going to say I like it now. A whole lot more than what I did. I thought it was a pretty good way to get back into the story. Now, even though I have come to like Halloween 3 a lot, even though it didn't have no connections to the other two, I will say it was good in ways. The film did pretty well, despite getting dissed and what have you. The film made $17 million here in the U.S. against its $5 million budget. The film sits at 39% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying that the film may bring the series massacre back into the fold, but fails to offer the visceral scares and inventiveness of the original. The New York Times criticized the film for abandoning the original film's strengths, saying suspense and psychological horror have given way to superhuman strength and resilience. Variety found the film to be a no-frills, workmanlike picture. The Washington Post said it was a very much the cheap knockoff of its prototype, but not half as visceral. Empire says it's incredible that a film could be so closely patterned on Carpenter's still thrilling original movie, and yet be so stupid, unscary, and plotting as Halloween 4 is. But in later reviews, it got better response. According to JoeBlow.com, they say the movie is tight, has good murders, and a kicked my butt ending. The shape is back and in good form. This is my favorite Halloween next to the first one. And IGN said the film stands out as the second best film in the entire series. Dread Central said it's a strong sequel, a horror film, and Halloween movie. And DVD Talk said, despite its flaws, the film is one of the best slashers from the late 80s, standing out in an era when the subgenre was in steep decline. I agree with most of those reviews. Sure, Howling 4 does have its flaws and what have you, but nevertheless, now I've come to learn to love this movie and what have you. Now, I say I would it's actually one of my top 5 favorites in my view. I don't know where it is now. I mean, now that I've seen all the films and what have you. But anyway, I thought it was still pretty good. It has been released on physical media numerous times, originally from CBS Fox first, then by Anchor Bay, and and then several others. Let's see. Now, Shout Factory actually released it as well under their Scream Factory label. There was even a novelization of it as well, and the novel closely follows the film's events with a few alterations. And well, when it was released in 2003, the novel was reissued with new material and cover art titled Halloween 4: The Special Limited Edition. Now they have Alan Howard, who had worked with John Carpenter on the scores for the other 3 films and lots of other films that Carpenter worked on. Although Carpenter was not involved in the production of this, though, because well, he was currently working on other films that were coming out after, because he had recently done Prince of Darkness, and well, later that's a few weeks after this came out, his next film They Live came out. So anyway, still the score from Howard alone was still good. We have Donald Pleasance as Dr. Sam Loomis. I gotta say, he is more crazier than what you could imagine. For most of the part, not 100%, But please don't take my word for it. It was all that. No, no. In the end, that was just. I don't know what to say. I should say priceless, but I don't really want to hurt any of you horror fanatics' feelings. Ellie Cornell played Rachel. She was good. Danielle Harris played Jamie. Of course, she would return as the character. She'd actually go on to play Annie in the Rob Zombie films. Now, playing Michael Myers, we have Tom Morgan and George P. Wilbur, who actually did a pretty good job. I have to give Mr. Wilbur credit for that. May he rest in peace, because, well, he sadly passed away earlier this year. And, well, he, of course, would play him again in The Curse of Michael Myers, which, of course, was the 6th film. Let's see, we have Michael Pataki playing Dr. Hoffman. Let's see, Bo Starr playing Sheriff Meeker, Sasha Jensen as Brady, and Kathleen Kinmont as Kelly. Yeah, they were all good and what have you. So the cast isn't too bad. Most of them are pretty good, and well, despite its flaws, the film's still pretty good and pretty eerie in some parts. But I still say this is a good bit of a redemption after, despite the failure of number 3. But I still like number 3 though as well. But that's all I'm going to tell you. So with everything said, would I recommend Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers? I'd say sure, go ahead. I mean, only if you are a hardcore completionist, and if you are, then I'd say give it a one-time watch. But I'm sure a lot of you are satisfied with this one. If you are, then keep going with this film. This film was pretty good. So anyway, what did you think of Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers? Please let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of Damien Leone's Terrifier 2, which, despite it's just been a slightly over a year since it came out, I'm going to do it in a spoiler-free form. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, check out my reviews for these other films that, original Halloween director John Carpenter worked on. In the upper left hand corner is my review of Prince of Darkness. The upper right hand corner is my review of They Live. Or go to the bottom left hand corner and see my review of In the Mouth of Madness from 1994. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.